Welcome to Review Rewind, the show where a couple of friends watch movies of old and aim to figure out if the reviewers were spot on or a little off. I'm Mike.
I'm Tristan.
And this week, we're talking about... Oh, wait, this one might work. The Sixth Sense. I am going to steal something from a podcast I like, and I typed it in. I started typing it, but you're also looking at it, so I didn't want to type the whole thing in and spoil it.
I was watching it. I was like, what's the question? What's the question going to be?
But the how are you is so generic. We have been friends. Do you realize that we have been friends for 15 years?
15?
Yeah. Coming up. It's about to be 15 years.
Yikes.
I know. That's like...
I didn't sign up for this.
Yes. That's the kind of deprecation I'm looking for. But how are you? It's almost too vague. So I'm going to take something from a podcast I like, and I want to ask you, what is your bright spot?
Oh. What is my bright spot?
I can go first if you want.
Yeah,
it's just like what's a good thing that's happened since the last time we talked, or today, or whatever. So my bright spot is today at work, I finally started to viciously attack my music library. It was so dysfunctional. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 filing cabinets. And how it was originally set up was there's a big long table on one side, and then 3 filing cabinets, and then there were these big old cabinet lockers, like old school music lockers or something. They were just giant in the way. And then 5 filing cabinets, and then 2 cabinets stacked on a couple of those 5. So it was just very cluttered, very disheveled, very everything. And today I emptied most of it out, took out the big cabinets, and like reorganized the filing cabinets. And next part of the project is to take all the music out, put it in new filing boxes, and then label it properly, and then put it into a spreadsheet so I actually have like an idea of what's in the library.
Oh, yeah.
I know, I'm getting very organized. But today was the first step, and my body hurts because I like raw dog those filing cabinets. Like I was just like brute force lifting them, and they were full.
Yeah.
Some of them were very heavy. So by the end of it, I was like, I'm tired.
Yeah.
But I feel accomplished, you know?
Yeah.
So what is your bright spot?
Let's see. I'll choose one of the couple that I thought of. You know that moment where you're like, I need a new shirt, and then you buy one, and it's like so comfortable, and it fits just right, and you're like, oh yeah, that's a good shirt. I got one of those recently.
That's nice.
I'm very excited to put it into my wardrobe because it's so soft, and everybody can appreciate a soft shirt. But I don't think I've had a shirt that's like.
It depends on your brain.
True.
There's certain textures that I can't handle, buddy.
I don't know if I've ever met anybody who put on like an itchy wool shirt and was like, "Yes, this is what I love to feel."
That's true.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm sure that kind of insanity.
You know how
exists.
some shirts are like soft, but they're super lightweight, and it just feels like weird. This one is like just the right amount of weight while still being a super comfortable shirt.
It's the right thread count.
It's the right thread count.
I get it. You know what? I get it. With my neurodivergentness, when I find something that's very comforting or comfortable, I immediately buy like 9 of them.
Yeah.
So I have like 6 pairs of the same jeans. Variety is not my friend, because if I have to find something I like, and you know, it's worked out so far, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, now we move on to the Recap Rewind, where we rewind and recap the film of the week.
Whoa.
And this week, I am rocking a 3-pager. This one, I will admit, doesn't have that many jokes. I'm happy with a couple, but this story got a little complicated at some point, so I tried to be a little straightforward so it didn't get too confusing. Alrighty. M. Night Shyamalan's first big movie. Well, his first studio movie being 1998's Wide Awake, starring the Rosie O'Donnell. That's the first twist, and it's just in the first sentence. This is for sure a recap for a Shyamalan movie. But in his first big movie, he tells the story of Dr. Malcolm Crowe, played by Bruce Willis, a successful child psychologist who has just been given an award of accomplishment. That pause was not a grammatical thing. I just made the text bigger because I'm an old man. I don't think of these things, and then I start reading. I'm like, this would be so much easier if it was bigger. All right. A successful child psychologist who has just been given an award of accomplishment by the mayor of Philly. And in South Philly, not West Philly. No word on whether he worked with the Fresh Prince or played b-ball, as the kids say. But a night of celebration with his wife, Anna, Olivia Williams, and almost certainly some nookie, is interrupted by the discovery that their bedroom window has been broken open and a clear sign of a break-in is revealed. Malcolm carefully examines the room and believes that the person is in the bathroom. He finds a man in his underwear, clearly struggling. It is revealed that that man is his former patient, Vincent, and one who believes that Malcolm failed to cure him. Malcolm tries to calm Vincent down, but again fails him. The man shoots Malcolm and then shoots himself. Anna tends to Malcolm, and we fade to black. Like that Metallica song. I'd play it, but after the whole Napster thing in 2000, I'm not going to test those waters. We fast forward to the following fall, where Malcolm is stalking his prey. I mean, creepily following his next victim. I mean, he's trying to meet his next patient, Cole Sear, Haley Joel Osment. Mind you, it is not Sears with an S at the end, but Sear, like someone who sees. Oh, snap. M. Night is on a creative roll. Cole is having some issues. Well, for starters, he's getting followed by a stranger. Not great. Secondly, he's struggling with the fact that his father abandoned him and his mother. Though his mom, Lynn, Toni Collette. Oh, shoot. We transitioned. I didn't even read the shit.
Yeah,
we'll read it after. It's fine. His mom, Lynn, Toni Collette, is trying her damnedest. Cole is struggling all around. He believes everyone sees him as a freak. He is struggling in school and his social circles. His mom apparently arranged for a boy to walk him to school, but that doesn't happen the first time he goes to school. It is established in the second time that he goes to school, but then we also watch him go to school several more times, and this boy never walks him otherwise, and it's never really talked about otherwise, you know, plot hole. Malcolm apologizes for missing a meeting and promises to meet up. When Cole gets home from school, Malcolm and Lynn are awkwardly waiting for him to arrive. Lynn greets Cole and goes to prepare dinner. Malcolm tries to talk with Cole. They play a game where if Malcolm can guess what Cole is thinking enough times, Cole will sit and talk with him. But if Malcolm is wrong too many times, Cole can leave. We get a few things right, but ultimately, Malcolm fails. He does get some information, but not enough to really make a breakthrough. Malcolm meets Anna for dinner, but she's already eaten and seems very distant. The next day, Cole has an episode where he tells his teacher that he believes that people were hung at the school, and they get into a back and forth where Cole gets embarrassed and acts out against the teacher, who ultimately loses his temper as well and calls Cole a freak. As Lynn is dealing with the administration at the school, Malcolm tries to speak with Cole, making some headway, but still at arm's distance. Cole is invited to a birthday where we have more evidence that the kids find him odd and that he's struggling to fit in. Cole hears a voice coming from upstairs in a weird little closet thing. Two boys notice and ask him if he wants to play a game, which is just stuffing Cole into that closet. Cole screams and sounds as though he's getting attacked. Lynn is able to get him out, but he passes out. They go to the hospital where the doctors question Lynn because Cole has a lot of marks on his body. Malcolm talks to Cole, and Cole reveals his secret. He sees dead people. He sees dead people. We, as an audience, then begin to see the things that he sees at times. He is haunted by ghosts. Lynn struggles with Cole not knowing what's happening, and Malcolm is concerned that Cole might be very mentally unstable. We then witness what Cole sees when he is yelled at by a woman who was abused and eventually killed herself. He retreats to his room where he has a lot of statues of spirits and stuff in hopes that they will protect him from the ghosts. Malcolm, uncertain what to do with Cole, feels a connection between him and Vincent, the former patient he failed. So he listens to old tapes of sessions with Vincent, and upon more detailed listening, Malcolm could hear the voice of a man deep in the background and realize that Vincent could see ghosts too. Believing Cole, Malcolm meets him again. In their conversation, Malcolm thinks maybe the ghosts are just trying to find help. That night, Cole is visited by a little girl, Kyra, who is very sick. He is very scared, but believes she wants help. So he asks her what she needs. The next day, Cole and Malcolm go to Kyra's funeral. Cole goes to her room where she meets him again. She gives him a box to give to her father. The box contains a VHS tape that got rejected from America's Funniest Home Videos. It is a video of a marionette show that Kyra was trying to record, but is interrupted by her mother bringing her food. The video keeps recording and shows that Kyra's mother had been poisoning her. Her father, shocked, confronts her mother, and Kyra at peace. Cole and Malcolm leave feeling accomplished. Cole, having a new outlook, seems to be happier. Cole ends up doing better and gets a good part in a play, which seems to show him interacting better with the other students. Cole and Malcolm feel that they have accomplished what they could with each other, while Malcolm is uncertain about him and his wife. Cole gives him some advice to talk to her while she's asleep. Cole and Malcolm realize that this will be their last meeting and part ways, happy to have met each other. Cole gets in the car with his mom, and Malcolm goes home. Cole and Lynn are stuck in traffic due to an accident, and Cole tells Lynn he's ready to communicate. He reveals to her that he sees ghosts and starts by saying the reason they're stuck in the traffic is because there's a woman who was killed on a bike. He knows because she's at the window. Lynn is still skeptical, so Cole reveals that Lynn's mother has been talking to him, and he tells Lynn all the things her mother didn't get to, confirming to Lynn that Cole is in fact seeing ghosts. At the same time, Malcolm goes home to Anna sleeping on the couch watching their wedding video. She talks in her sleep, and they have a conversation. She says, "Why did you leave me?" And it clicks. Everything clicks. Malcolm, Anna, They are not struggling because she's distant. They're struggling because he died the night he was shot. He accepts his death and tells Anna that he loves her and to essentially move on. And the book closes on the biggest twist in cinema history, except for the fact that it is very obvious that he's dead the whole time. But yeah, I bet that all of M. Night Shyamalan's films are this good.
Recap!
So we're doing this in weird order. Directed by M. Night Shyamalan. Produced by Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy.
Oh,
Is she the Star Wars lady?
yeah.
Oh. I don't know why I said it like that. That felt borderline rude.
No, it's just more like I know her so much as the person who's been in charge of Star Wars.
No, I
for so
know.
long.
I just meant is she that lady?
No, is she the Star Wars? She also did Jurassic Park and The Adventures of Tintin and Signs
She has a storied career. Wow.
and The Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
Her best work, producing wise. Frank Marshall, Barry Mendel. It was written by M. Night Shyamalan. Distributed by Buena Vista, Production Co., Hollywood Pictures, Spyglass Entertainment. So it's a Disney film. Ooh. Rated? Why isn't it on Disney Plus? Those
Interesting.
cheapos.
That's a good point.
Rated PG-13. Violent imagery, intense thematic material. Yeah, that's true. Genre, mystery and thriller. Original language, English. Release date, August 6th, 1999. 6 months before the world ended. That's not true. 4 months before the world ended.
There you go.
Budget of $40 million. Shoestring budget. But in the U.S., it made almost $294 million. Worldwide, it made almost $673 million.
Whoa.
He could have retired then.
Yeah.
What a success. No wonder they keep throwing money at him.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter how many times he fails. It's like, you made a lot of money that first time.
You made money that one time. Maybe we'll do it again.
Starring Bruce Willis, Toni Collette, Olivia Williams, Haley Joe Osment. And what did you, Tristan, think of the film?
That's me. You know, I don't think I've...
Wait, preface. Hold on. Had you seen this film before?
I was just about to say that. I had seen parts of it before. I don't know if I've ever seen the whole movie before today or before like this time watching it.
I'll do you one better. I don't even think I've seen parts of this movie. I don't think I've ever seen this movie, period. I don't think I've ever seen it on TV. I don't
Interesting.
None of this movie was familiar.
Just be like clips. There's like the clips of him being like, I see dead people.
Well,
It's
that
like,
was such a
that's
huge
everywhere.
pop culture zeitgeist moment.
Yeah.
That it was hard to escape that, especially in the 2000s, like the early 2000s, 2001. That was everywhere. Everyone was making some reference to it.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, the clip of Vincent with the gun, I feel like I had seen that clip a bunch.
Interesting.
Not in context, but that him pulling the gun on Malcolm feels very familiar. But genuinely, nothing else about this movie was familiar at all.
Interesting for both of us to have come into this post spoiler and not having seen it before.
Yeah.
So neither of us
I definitely knew what the
experience.
spoiler was.
Yeah.
So maybe that does take away from the twist or the movie experience. Like I really wonder what I would have thought had I not known that twist.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. I was kind of worried going into this, being like, okay, I haven't seen it before. I know what the twist is, so there's nothing to surprise me while watching this. Is it going to still hold up? And I think knowing it, it's still interesting storytelling.
Yeah.
But I do feel like it does take a little bit away from knowing the whole time. And
yeah,
there's
I guess
a different
so.
experience watching it when you know, like you're watching to see the signs. That's another M. Night Shyamalan movie. Seeing the signs of like, oh yeah, he is just a ghost wandering through this world. But it is interesting to see how they did the interactions between him and his wife and other people. We don't often see him interacting, or we don't see him interacting with people, but we see him in rooms with other people.
Right.
Yeah, I don't like. It does feel very obvious.
Yeah, he does pretty good. He does pretty good in hiding that fact or moving within that window of trying to keep that secret.
I really want to know, if I had watched this without knowing what it was,
if you would have picked up on it,
to figure it out right away, or not right away, but as it progressed. I think the thing that would have been more shocking if you hadn't seen a trailer or anything is the reveal of he sees dead people. And we're like, what? And then all of a sudden we start seeing what he's seeing.
Right.
That to me
was the best job. That was done. The best job. That was a weird way of saying that.
That's the best job.
That was done. Probably the best.
There's at the halfway mark.
There are definitely a few questions.
Mm-hmm.
And that is very true. The halfway mark in that, I guess where I stand on this is, I think this movie is an hour and 47 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is a dumb way of saying it. The last hour and 20 minutes, hour and 15 minutes are fantastic. Really good. The first 20 or so, 25 minutes, it's kind of a drag. Like, it's slow as can be. Yeah. And there's a lot of stuff and a lot of information happening, but it just happens in a way that is kind of boring. But once it really starts getting into the mystery of it all, it is really interesting. And I like it a lot. But I do think that it takes a while for the mystery to show itself. The idea of him seeing dead people, all of that. And not necessarily that they would have had to have revealed that sooner or anything like that. But the way the pacing goes in that first 25 minutes or so is just kind of a drag.
Yeah, it's really slow. And there's weird hints that are going on, but some of them don't make sense as a dropping a hint, and some of them are clever nods to typical paranormal experiences. So like at the very beginning of the movie, we see his wife going down into the cellar, and then she gets cold and gets the chills.
Right.
And, like,
that's one of the questions I have, because I don't understand. They don't ever reveal that as
Well, yeah, and she comes upstairs and she says, "Oh, it's getting cold," and hands him his sweater or whatever. But I think they did that to kind of do a nod to the like, "Oh, spooky things are happening."
Yeah.
But not necessarily spooky things were happening at that moment, or maybe they were, because spooky things are always around us. But the things like the mom cleaning, and she looks at the pictures of so that she supposedly hung on the wall and sees the little orbs or whatever they are.
The angels.
The little angels. Like, she's the one who put them in the frame, put them on the wall. How is she just noticing right now that every single picture of her child has this little glowing thing? That didn't make sense. If it was Malcolm walking by and being like, "Oh, that's a suspicious thing," but the fact that it's the mom that's noticing it, like, she's taking those pictures. She's the one who put them up. Has she never looked at them before?
Yeah. Agreed. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Also, now that you're saying it, their house makes no sense to me.
I think it's just a hallway. I think it's a hallway.
No, I know, but I mean, like, no, but then they have that like living room hosting area that is pretty big, but then you look at the rest of the house, you're like, this is an apartment. But then they also have this big old house looking area, but then it looks like a tiny apartment. I don't understand this building.
We're also from the West Coast. We haven't been in the townhouses, condos,
of
whichever
Philly?
You call them,
okay,
of the East Coast.
Oh, okay. We'll leave it at that then.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Their house makes no sense. That's all. Yeah, there are. What would you call them? Because I don't know if they're plot holes per se. Because a plot hole feels as though it's something that happens that moves the plot along, but in reality, it doesn't make sense. There's a lot in this movie that like happen, but there's just no payoff for it. Like it doesn't really add to the plot, but it doesn't necessarily take away from the plot either.
Yeah, it's not really a plot hole. It's more of a plot inconsistency. I don't know, really. It's that type of thing. It's sort of movie. They're trying to lay breadcrumbs for us,
right,
to figure it out, but the breadcrumbs don't make sense to the story.
Yeah.
In some cases,
yeah.
In some cases they do. In other cases they don't.
Right.
And so, I mean, I don't even know what you would call that, but it's
I don't know either. That's what I was thinking, because there's a bunch of things in this that are maybe those breadcrumbs that don't really lead anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they're there on purpose to misdirect.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't like hurt the plot necessarily. They're not a plot hole per se.
Yeah. It's something that doesn't feel fully integrated into the story. It feels like it's very much there for the person watching.
Right. It's a cheat. Yeah. So that didn't make sense. The pictures, because you're right, she put them up. How did she not notice it before? Clearly he had been experiencing this his whole life.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed, because they had like a toddler photo of him and it was in there.
Yeah.
And that would have been a good reveal for Malcolm. That would have been a good thing to look at for Malcolm. I agree with that. That would have been a nice touch. I will say the speaking on that, the drawers opening was a nice touch. You know, we see something spooky, but also in the scope of possibility, it could have been him. It could have been him doing it. And then slowly they keep coming back to it.
and went down a hallway and then turned around and saw every drawer and cabinet open, would you scream like that?
No, but Lynn does a lot of things that I don't think anyone would do.
I feel like my reaction would have been more of what the.
Yeah,
but she screams.
I borderline would have been like, I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. That's pretty good.
How did you do it that quick?
Alrighty, so let's get into the characters. So Malcolm Crowe, Bruce Willis. You know, I think this movie really kind of shows a good range for Bruce Willis. Like, I thought he did a good job. I was actually nervous about him playing a child psychologist, but I thought he did a really good job. It was very funny. The only times that it felt like he kind of slipped out was when he was like trying to be tough to the young man who, I say young man because he looked like he was in his 20s, and I think Anna's in her 40s. I guess he works in this for her
coworker. The slight love interest.
Yeah.
Character.
When he's trying to be tough with him, and he keeps calling him names, and I'm like, those are very John McClane words, sir. Let's calm down.
And names that we don't call people.
He called him. What was one of them was wild. Like when he said it, I was like, "Excuse me, what?"
Excuse me. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh no, I don't want to bookmark it.
Just looking at while you're looking that up.
Cheese dick.
Yeah.
Cheese dick. Keep moving, cheese dick. And I was like, what?
Excuse me.
What? Did you write that? Did Shyamalan write that? Because that's wild. That is a wild name. Even for 1999. That is. Woo.
Yeah.
That took me out of the moment for sure.
Just for people that are wondering, things that he did leading up to this were things like Die Hard, Pulp Fiction, another Die Hard, 12 Monkeys.
Yeah.
The Fifth Element.
He's an action star. He started out in comedy.
Yeah.
And then did some action. And, you know, I would be assuming a lot to say that this is his first drama, but I feel like this is the first big one that made as much of a impact on his career than any other one, I think maybe.
Yeah. And he did quite a lot before, but most of them were very action oriented, or he was the voice of one of the kids from Look Who's Talking and Look Who's Talking 2.
Yeah. But I do think he was in like comedy
made
stuff.
A song
yeah, he did music. Respect yourself.
Love it.
Hey. But then he did Die Hard. Die Hard was 88, and then he did some comedy stuff, and then Die Hard, and then some comedy stuff. Maybe this one. Mortal Thoughts was a thriller, mystery thriller, but it wasn't good. How about this? I'm willing to go on a limb here. Judging by some of these, this is the first like mystery thriller drama, maybe 12 Monkeys. Yeah, it's sci-fi. It is a thriller, but it's sci-fi. First mystery thriller, whatever, that was good. All of his other ones are not well received. This is the first one outside of 12 Monkeys that is like it seems as though it has a really positive reception from audiences.
Yeah. All that to say, I would agree that it was a good showing of his range. And
good showing. Yes, good showing.
Good showing. After this, I think he did The Kid, which was one of the next ones. So he definitely started kind of broadening that action star persona to being more dramatic characters. I think he did the job right.
You know what's interesting statistic?
Tell me.
The association of Bruce Willis is not a guarantee of a good movie. According to these scores.
True.
He has a lot more duds than not duds. Interesting.
Is that his fault, or is that the movie's fault?
Well, let's say this.
I think he did a lot of Die Hards that probably didn't need to be made.
It's not his fault up until like 2006. Once it hits 2006, it's like, you chose that, buddy. Like, you chose that. You had to do what you had to do, but maybe you shouldn't have done it. Alrighty. Off my Bruce Willis bus. Haley Joel Osment as Cole Sear. Great. Really, really good acting. What a talent for such a young age. Good job all around.
Haley Joel Osment did a great job of being a weird kid in all of the movies.
Even when he's supposed to play a normal kid. The only thing I can say, and this is a director choice, and I do blame the fact that I watched this while listening to headphones or using headphones as my sound source. Everyone in this freaking movie is just whispering too fucking much. It's so annoying. Like, they have to. The only reason it's annoying is because with my headphones on, so when you're recording, sound is always happening. Even when you think there's no sound, there is in fact sound. Air has sound. There is sound always moving. It might be very soft, but it's there. Even considering the point that they have a scene where he turns the volume up and you can hear all this extra noise, the room noise. Well, with my headphones, when they whisper, you could just hear like the sound noise. So loud. It's so loud. And then when people whisper and it's turned up and like compressed in a certain way, it's like ASMR. Like, they've got a lot of like, I don't want to, like, every sound has just, every syllable has just extra sound involved when they're whispering.
Because you're picking up all those lower and usually quieter sounds. Oh
man, it's so annoying. So that's where I would have some contention, because he ends up being the person that it happens to the most. Everyone ends up whispering a lot, but and it feels like they have the mic right on him because he's so quiet. And it's like, you could have directed him and led him in a way where he maybe was talking quiet, but not to the extent that you had to mix the sound in that way.
Actually turn up the gain on the in post.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Outside of that, great. Great. No notes.
There were a few lines that they gave him that were questionable in the way that they wrote them. So, for example, at the end when he's telling his mom that he sees ghosts, and then he just looks at her and says, "They tell me to do things, Like, that's a really weird way to say that. Say they want me to help them, or like
I think that was on purpose. I think that was on purpose because they're trying to make him seem creepy. Like they're trying to make him seem as though what he's saying is going to scare Lynn. Yeah. And hearing your kid say, "I see ghosts and they tell me to do things," makes you go, "This boy has killed someone."
Yeah. Or that's why he's hurting himself.
Right.
But I don't know. It just came across kind of weird. And I think maybe it was weird because we knew the reveal at that point.
Right.
And so that was a moment for her. It just kind of
almost like we took 2 steps forward, but that line takes us 1 step back. And it feels like we as an audience have to reestablish again the reveal, even though we as the audience have already been revealed. Why are we going through this process again?
Yeah, I think as an audience, that would have made more sense of, I see ghosts, they want me to help them.
Right.
And then there's a reveal from him of understanding his role in this. And for us, there's feels like a closure on the way that he perceives seeing ghosts is different. And that's still a weird thing for your kid to say.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
It just felt like this weird going back to creepy when creepy is not part of this movie anymore.
Right.
At least from the audience perspective. Speaking of creepy not being a part of this movie anymore, why do ghosts always have to do things in the scariest ways? Because the ghost of that girl, at the point that he goes to the house to do the thing, she did not need to grab him from under the bed.
Yeah, she did it.
Like, hey,
that was
under the bed.
That was just for the jump scare.
Yeah,
that was all it was. It was just for the jump scare.
Yeah,
which is, we can call it out. It's cheap. It was unnecessary. I don't know.
Boy, did it get me.
Boy, did I piss my pants. That is an interesting. That is actually a very interesting thought, because in a lot of ways, you're right. We are in a position where creepy no longer has to be a participant in the movie. Mm-hmm. But it does feel like they were really trying to force it on more.
Yeah. And that's happening in the last 30 minutes of the film.
Yeah, because the jump scare with the hung bodies and even the jump scare with the bike person.
Yeah.
You know, the music is doing it. The music's going.
Yeah. Yeah.
The violins, however violins do it, where they go like.
Just to get that final little start. But
right.
I think there's a point in the movie where it makes sense when he reveals, I see dead people, I see ghosts, and they don't know that they're dead. And then we start seeing his perspective. Yes, it makes sense to scare us. Then when he comes to terms of, oh, I think I need to help these people, is when that perspective needs to change for the audience as well.
Right.
The ghost needs to become less scary.
Because the fear, I just went through puberty. The fear, the jump scares and the fear that we are experiencing as an audience should be reflecting the fact that Cole is feeling that. Cole is scared. But there is a goal or an effort from Cole to overcome that fear.
Mm-hmm.
And while there are moments still in the film where I think he might be reacting to whatever the gruesomeness of the death is, he's not scared of it per se.
Yeah.
But we don't really get that.
I guess it makes sense because the girl is the first one that he chooses to help. So it does make sense to make that still a little bit of a on the line of, are we actually comfortable here?
Right.
Are we still a little scared? But I think they did a good job with it at the end when he's prepping for the play and he's talking to the woman that we think is doing his makeup, and she walks away and the teacher asks, who were you talking to? And then it's revealed that it was a teacher that died in the fire.
Yeah.
That was a good use of,
I forgot about that one. Yeah, that's right.
Ghosts have become a less scary thing for him.
Right. Yeah. I forgot that it's almost as though he can have a better appreciation of life because he is having a better appreciation of those who have died.
Mm-hmm.
Which is great. That's good.
Yeah.
What a wonderful turn of events for him.
Mm-hmm.
No more jump scares.
No more jump scares.
We don't need them.
Except we can get that last one of she's right by the window and boom. That's an okay.
That was
last
cheap.
Little...
That was cheap. I stand by it.
But I do wonder. It seems like most of the ghosts have a message that they want to send.
Yeah.
Or whatnot.
It's
what
the
about
classic
those ghosts that don't have a person? What, like, if the little girl's parents weren't alive anymore because she died a long time ago, how would he share that message?
Well, the real crux of it is that these spirits are stuck on Earth. They are not resting yet. They have one more task that they must do for their spirits to finally ascend, for a lack of a better term. And that is interesting. We have people who have just died and need their message sent so that they may ascend. But then there are some that have been there for hundreds and hundreds of years, and they keep like there is a little bit of these ghosts know that they are seen by him and that he might be able to help them. And that's why they're quote unquote attracted to him.
Because that girl
traveled pretty far
to him. Yeah.
However far, I don't even know where she ended up being.
There's a bus ride away.
Yeah. Yeah. Even the lady in his house. Like, I don't know what her message would be. It just seems as though she's there to be scary. And then the kid who blew his head out just... Oof. Yep. I know. That one felt like it was just there to be gruesome. He didn't seem as though he was looking for some kind of, help. So I don't know what the logic is.
Yeah, and if they don't know that they're dead, how do they
I don't know if that's a plot
him?
hole or not.
But Bruce Willis Malcolm is drawn to him, and the thing that he needs to figure out is how to be able to talk to his wife again.
Yeah, he was drawn for a reason. There was whatever supernatural being that guides these people to him. Malcolm was sent specifically for Cole.
What do you think Malcolm did for a year?
Didn't eat, that's for sure.
what did he do?
I think
or I guess it says next fall, so it could have been a couple. It could have
that
been
makes me think that makes me think it is a year though.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you
if
you say next fall, like if you're trying to establish a few months, you started off by saying spring.
Yeah.
And then the next thing being fall. But when you say next fall, to me that like tells the audience it was fall. Past. Now this is next fall. Mm-hmm. Like it could be 8 months, it could be 9 months, it could be a year. Somewhere around that. But it doesn't feel as though it's a couple months. It feels like a substantial amount of time has passed. Mm-hmm. So that's a great question. No idea. The reality is it could have been nothing. His spirit could have just been in limbo and then at one point kind of clicked on and his memory is whatever, like it doesn't know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't, and maybe that's why they don't spend a lot of time on that, because
they don't want to explain it.
Yeah. They probably could have just said like 2 months later, mm-hmm. and it still would have felt the same.
Yeah.
That feels like someone wrote it like M. Night. What's his first name? I'm really curious now. I hope it's not a secret.
It's a secret.
Minaj? Manoj.
Yeah.
Minaj?
Mm-hmm.
He changed his middle name to Knight. Nunciation.
Well, he made it up there in college.
Oh, there you go.
Anyway.
I was gonna do a YouTube, but I don't want to do a YouTube. I just wanted to do so. Manoj, no. When it's N-O-H in capitals, does that sound like a no?
N-O-H in, I don't know, man.
Why do we write it? We chose to do this, and we're the dumbest friggin' people when it comes to pronouncing things.
Manoj. And I don't know what that even means.
Manoj, I'll take it.
Okay. What's the difference between a capital A or a lowercase a with the line over it?
I don't. You know what? There is a English major or a linguistic major who is just yelling into their headphones, "It means this, you idiots!"
Yeah.
And we're like, duh.
Send us a message on Instagram or something and tell us how dumb we are.
Yeah. I don't know if I feel comfortable, like if he chose M. Night or if someone was like, buddy, if you want to make it in this business, you got to change that name. If it's a racism thing. But M. Night or Manoj, I feel like that time, I feel like there's a lot of things that were just written in the script in this movie, and then no one took a second pass on it. Mm-hmm. No one was like, hey, is this necessary? Like, do we need to establish it as this much time, or can we just establish it as like 2 months? Mm-hmm. Does it have to be however long? I feel like there's a few moments in this film that are just, it was written in the first draft and no one ever paid any attention to it.
Right.
But now that it's been a long time, damn near 25 years, 24 years? 24 years. 26. It's 2025.
Yeah, and it was in 99. So you add.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Sorry, I did my math backwards. 26 years, so almost 30 years. Some of those things stand out. Mm-hmm. And I don't even know if it's one of those, like, because we watched movies so much, or rather we've watched this particular movie so much. I just think it's, you watch movies for a long time, you kind of pick up on things that maybe you didn't pick up on as a kid.
Yeah. And honestly, is it that big of a deal that they don't tell us? Not really.
No, they could have not done any date. And I don't think it would have affected how I watched the movie at all.
But the fact that they gave us some sort of time passing now makes me think, what happened between then and now?
Yeah. And that actually just makes it more confusing rather than builds a question for the sake of like a good conversation. Like there's things that movies do that build good conversations. Heat. We had a really good conversation about humanity brought about by actions that occurred in the movie. Whether they were specifically made to do that or not, that was the outcome. This has a lot of things that bears a lot of questions, but the questions are kind of dumb. Like they're just kind of like, I think this was a mistake or just an oversight.
Yeah. You know what would have been interesting? That could have resolved this non-issue that we're
making a big deal about. We spent probably 5 minutes talking about next fall.
If a larger amount of time passed in the times that he goes and visits him, and he made a comment of, "Oh, I feel like it was just a couple days ago that I met you," then it makes it seem like for the ghost, time passes in a weird, wibbly wobbly, timey wimey kind of way. But
I have to assume he was in limbo or something. He was just in a position where he just, there was nothing happening. And but then
he also knows that time has passed and that he and his wife have drawn. So there is something there, but we don't have to. Yeah, we don't have to.
Well, here's a horse we can beat.
Okay.
Did Cole know the whole time?
He had to have, I'm sure, because the way that he's like suspicious of him, and the fact that every time Cole sees someone, he sees them in the manner of which they died. We never see Malcolm's back unless he has a jacket on.
Well, one thing,
jacket off.
One thing that was, I feel like they caught onto it a little bit halfway through production or something, or maybe they didn't do it on purpose. Whatever it was, he wears the same suit every day. And the fact that he doesn't think, that Malcolm doesn't look at it and go, how the hell do I only have one suit? Didn't I win an award?
I would say that they explain that with they see the ghosts.
They see what they want to see.
Right. So he was blind to it. What I do think is interesting is that we never see the bullet hole in the shirt, which I feel like we should have seen that.
They answer that in the end, because from the initial view, you couldn't see it until you opened the fold. So his shirt at the bottom was folded, and it seemed like they did that on purpose. So you couldn't actually see the hole, and there was no blood on the front side. All the blood was coming from the back side.
Which I don't know if that.
I don't think that would happen. Yeah,
but yeah. So like, what the point that I was making before though was when he takes his jacket off, we only see him from the front.
Right.
When he has his jacket on, is the time that we see him from the back. So Cole would have had to have seen him.
There's only one scene I can think of that he would have, because he has his jacket on every other time, and every other time when he does actually take off his jacket, his back is not facing Cole. But there is one scene. There is one scene, and it is I'm pulling it up on my phone because how I have it set on my computer, it won't let me see it. But he does have access to his sweater at times. Oh, and he's wearing a vest sometimes, so he can like change.
He does have a little bit, but
he doesn't. He doesn't change his t-shirt, or not his t-shirt, his long sleeve shirt. He doesn't.
His button shirt.
Okay. Nope.
So
He's wearing his jacket. I don't think
at all times. So maybe
the scene
Cole
I
doesn't
thought,
know until later on.
but then here's a plot hole.
Okay.
Here's a plot hole. For everyone else, the temperature is very effective. It drops like 40 degrees, 50 degrees. It gets according to their thermometer, it gets down to like 40 something degrees. It is freezing cold.
Mm-hmm.
I know 32 degrees is freezing. Just go with it. He doesn't seem to impact the environment the same way. And the only reason I say that is because he is waiting with Lynn for God knows how long. Right. She is completely unaffected by it.
Yeah.
If she would have had like a jacket on or something, maybe we could go like, oh, she had a jacket on. But she's just in normal clothes.
Yeah. Doesn't Cole mention something about when they're angry, it affects things more?
Oh.
I don't remember exactly what that is, but it's possible that because Malcolm is not having a lot of emotions, that he's not affecting the physical world as much. But this is also getting into the logistics of the paranormal.
Yeah, because that is some ghosts appearing angry or upset due to their unfinished business. Shoot, I didn't pay enough attention. Effect environment. I sound like a fucking idiot.
Are you Googling these questions? Okay.
Because of the AI, it should come up with something a little... Okay, so you're right. In The Sixth Sense, Cole's ability... No. This is Gemini's AI, and I have proven that this is unreliable, but it does state that in The Sixth Sense, Cole's ability to see and interact with ghosts, particularly when they are angry or distressed, significantly alters his environment. Causing him to experience fear. But that wording is saying his own like mental environment. That's not saying the physical world.
Yeah. I would posit that it is when the ghosts are in an emotional state
that it gets colder.
Is when the temperature drops. Because
it still feels like a plot hole. Because the kid the gun accident, he is not angry at all.
True.
But they go through the cold motions for that.
But is there some form of emotional thing there? I guess the thing that would have made that make sense is when he was in the hospital and telling his bedtime story and he starts talking about himself, the temperature should have dropped there. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, that it's the biker causes the cold too, but she seems very neutral.
Yeah, it was a very.
I think that is one of those like the logic doesn't fit, so we're gonna just avoid that for this. But there's a few times where he is interacting with the world around him, and we're supposed to feel as though it is him interacting, and in fact he should, like, by the rules of this world, he should have caused some type of alteration within the temperature of the environment, whatever it might be, and it didn't happen.
It only happens at the end when we finally get the reveal.
Well, I think it does happen. I think when he says I see dead people, it's happening. But I think in the scope of creating the mystery thriller, we're supposed to assume that there's another ghost there with them.
Right.
When in fact it's just Malcolm. Like Malcolm is the one who's causing the coldness there. The problem is that it didn't work, or it didn't happen that way prior to that. Like, I feel when he went to the restaurant, considering what Anna was wearing and everything, she should have felt cold, but she didn't. No one did. It would have been good if, like, the person behind him was like, yeah. But no, I don't. Maybe someone did, and I missed it. Again, only watched this once, ever. So I may have missed it, and I'm totally willing to say that I missed it if that was the case. But if that wasn't the case, there were things left out for the sake of misdirection. The only problem is, when you think about it just a few seconds too hard, it starts to make the rest of the movie kind of fall apart. Just as far as the logic built within the movie. The movie itself is still fun. It's still not fun. Fun's the wrong word. It's still good. It's still It's still entertaining. It is 100% still entertaining.
It keeps you engaged. Yeah.
But as far as the logic that is created within this realm, it diverts from it. And I just don't think you want that when you're building a film. You do want, I don't know if there's a film that doesn't have plot holes in it.
Yeah, I was just having the thought of, I don't know if it's possible.
I don't think it's possible, but you never want your plot hole to be so much in a state that, like, it's a thread. Sometimes you can pull on a thread and rip it and cause no issues. But sometimes you can pull on a thread, and if it's the right thread, it starts to pull all the threads apart. You don't want that one. You want the one that just kind of, oh, we cut it. It's fine. It'll be okay. No big deal. This one kind of has that, like, if you start pulling on the thread, a lot of other threads start to fall apart. It doesn't take away the entertainment. I think it takes away the awe and the gravity of the reveal. Which then would make, like, a second watch just a little less entertaining.
Yeah, there are some things that if they did have those moments that you're talking about where somebody is very subtly indicating that they got cold. Right. Maybe we don't notice it the first time. And then the second time you go back and watch it and you're like, oh, they actually included that. That makes it
like a well
thought out thing.
Usual Suspects, not to give Bryan Singer too much credit, but I do think that was, there's a big reveal at the end, and upon watching it again, you start to see the clues, but you completely miss them the first time around, but they were in fact there. This one feels like there are clues, but they're I don't know if I want to say hidden, but it feels like
they pick when to have.
Yeah,
those clues.
they're very subjective about when those clues show up, rather than we've built this world with this kind of logic, with these rules, and these rules should apply. And so they pick and choose when those rules should apply, rather than the blanket they should always apply. Which, if you can make a movie that has that kind of reveal and you still hold true to those rules, you've knocked it out of the park. We're just finding that maybe these rules didn't get followed every time. No biggie. Yeah. So my theory is that Cole for sure figures it out. Man, look, I was born and raised in Southern California. I grew up in Palm Springs. Sometimes when I hear myself talk, I'm like, where am I from? Such weird accents. I think he figures it out, like, maybe the hospital. I think he figures it out in the hospital because I'm having a trouble with that S. I think he realizes it in the hospital because possibly the cold, like he's feeling the cold, but there's no one else. Because he reveals it. And I feel as though in that moment with the revelation that I see dead people, we would then, I see dead people and the whisper and the cold, there would be a reveal of a ghost in the room with him. But there's no one but Malcolm.
Does it get cold when that happens?
I think so. I think I remember. I got the movie pulled up right here. Let's see.
Okay.
Waka 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 waka. Oh, you hear the scary movie? Scary music.
It's so scary.
All right. So this is the party. There we go. There's my
It's at
little.
like the 50-minute mark ish.
Yeah. Let's see. Does he have?
Dead people like in graves and coffins, walking around like regular people.
You're right. I don't think they do the. He just feels super wrapped up in his blanket.
They don't know they're dead.
Maybe I'm thinking of Scary Movie. Also with the intensity that he's acting too, you know, he's very upset.
Yeah.
And so I guess
he
I
did
guess
just have a very traumatic experience.
yeah.
And he's revealing
Which that
the
one
secret for the
that
first
one
time.
itself, it feels as though the prisoner or whoever it is like attacked him.
Yeah.
But they do not answer that at all.
How did the door unlock?
Ghosts. I'm assuming the ghost.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
The ghost
She's just,
the ghost just needed someone to beat up. Cuz none of that makes sense, honestly.
yeah. Because she tries to open it, she's like, "Oh, it needs a key," and then the door just goes.
Yeah, I
And she
have to
opens it.
I have to assume it's the ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's able to do like Cole is able to unlock it
But he's passed out.
the moment before he passes out. Maybe he can like click and then passes out.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's a lot of things that again bear questions, but don't really have an answer.
No.
Yeah. That's what I got. Let's see. Toni Collette, she played Lynn Sear. She was great. I thought she played like a struggling mother, but also a woman who is really trying her hardest to do her best.
Mm-hmm.
Like she's really trying to look at the positive side of everything, and she's really trying hard to do her best. Oh, that was a weird noise. And I thought she did a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
I know nothing of Philadelphia idioms and local colloquialisms, but she seemed to have played a Philadelphia gal pretty well.
Yeah.
I know nothing.
Yeah.
I know nothing. Anything you got on that?
No, I agree with what you said. There was nothing.
There's nothing egregious. She plays a struggling mother really well.
Yeah.
All the decisions she makes, I'm like, yeah, man, if my kid was struggling, I think I wouldn't be that far off from what she's doing. And then there was that really good moment where she's really frustrated with him and thinks that he's messing with her. And then when he gets really upset, you know, she comforts him and assures him, like, I'm not mad at you. I love you. Like
Yeah.
you know, she's doing as good a job as she can with a kid who is literally seeing death every day, but cannot reveal it to him. So she's just in the dark and she's doing the best she can. And I think she's you know, she's trying real hard.
She's just having a tough time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, nothing
Yeah.
else to add to that.
Olivia Williams plays Anna. The only thing with Anna that I have an issue with is I don't understand her relationship to the other dude. Like, I know he likes her, and I know that there is like this thing, but also she's clearly not over Malcolm, and there's just this je ne sais quoi, like there's just this little, it doesn't make sense. Like, I understand why they're doing it, it just doesn't fit.
Yeah, it's
Like it's like if you have a puzzle piece, and if you're looking at the picture, it is the right part of the picture, but the puzzle piece is not cut correctly, so it's just not fitting. It's like, well, it's the right thing, but it doesn't fit. Like, it's just not fitting.
Yeah, and I think it's because we only get that
from Malcolm's perspective,
snippets.
and it's from Malcolm's perspective.
Yeah, and so we're seeing from his perspective, so we're seeing it as she's pulling away. This other guy is trying to move in, and up until the scene where they're in the shop, it is kind of the suspicious, like, oh, she's not really interested, but this other guy is trying to move in and on his territory.
They're making it trying to seem as though like, what's a male mistress? A mistress? Mister? Mistress? Mister? Yeah, I guess it's just no? I don't know.
I don't.
He looks as though, and because we established that they're having trouble, but they're not. It doesn't establish as though they're divorced or separated in any way, shape, or form. So it does feel as though this guy is encroaching on his spouse.
Sorry, I just looked up.
I know.
I hate that I just Googled this. What is the male mistress called? And I got a slang term is a manstress.
That's what it is. That's better than whatever it would really be. Manstress. Outside of that, I thought she did really well. I thought she seemed like a very loving, caring spouse. And, you know, she showed her struggle really well. And then upon realizing that she was by herself the whole time, you could really empathize with her of how she might be feeling. Yeah, she did a good job.
Yeah.
Last person I want to talk about, Vincent Gray, Donnie Wahlberg.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I didn't realize that was Donnie Wahlberg.
Look, man, I kept seeing that credit, and then I kept going back and like looking at his photo, and then looking at his current photo, and it's just like, that is not the same person. I don't think that's the same person.
Different. It does not look like the same guy at all.
At all. No, you're right. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Is he looks so different, and I don't fully understand why. I don't
Even
think
when you
it's
pull up the side by sides, you're like, there's no way that's the same guy. Okay, there's one shot where I can kind of see it. But
really? Okay.
He just, whatever he does with his face, and I don't know, he just looks so different than what I know Donnie Wahlberg to look like right now.
Right.
And maybe he just lost a lot of weight. And
well, he was younger.
I mean, yeah, but I think he also like
it was almost 30 years ago.
Yes, he was almost 30 years younger. I think
Well, now I
he
gotta.
probably
Now I gotta.
did that thing where he lost a lot of weight also
You know
to
what?
make himself seem extra skinny.
I'm gonna sound like a what's it called? Insensitive person, or maybe a ignorant person. He just looks like a middle-aged Irish Catholic looking white guy. Like, I don't like when I see pictures of him, I'm like, there's like 50 other guys that I'm like, that's him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
So
he
if you
doesn't
look-
have
I'm
like a
gonna-
distinctive feature that makes me go, Donnie Wahlberg, Donnie Walls. He had emo hair and one thing.
I feel like he is less distinct than his brother.
Yeah. He is very.
But I'm going to share this image real quick with you.
Do it.
This picture is probably the
And that
closest.
still doesn't look like him. Like, I
It still
can't.
doesn't, but that's the only one where I can see the Wahlberg face.
He is,
and also-
he is very thin. Did he do?
There's-
No, but that looks like Donnie Wahlberg.
That,
That, one
him.
looks
I
like
don't know what
Donnie.
movie this is.
Wasn't it
but
Band
that's-
of Brothers?
Is it
No.
Band of Brothers? Or yeah, we'll have to figure
Band of
out what that
Brothers.
one is.
Yeah. Wow, that was a freaking good guess.
Anyway, yeah, didn't recognize him as
There's a Wahlburger at Casino Morongo. We should do a live thing one day and go there
a live one from Wahlberger.
at Casino Morongo in Cabazon.
But what movie would we talk about?
We would talk about this show. It's an HBO show at the bottom of his pictures. It is called Buena.
There it is.
Butter. 1998. Is it a movie or is it a show? Oh, it's a
Looks like
movie.
Yeah.
It has Ernie Hudson, for goodness sake. Shamar Moore. He's a good actor. Terrence Howard.
Oh, Paulson? Right? Paulson? Is that an I? It
Faison.
is an I. Faison.
Donald Faison.
Sorry, my eyes are.
That's
are
fine.
bad.
I'm pretty sure it's Faison.
Yeah, you're right.
I got my dyslexic font going on, so I was able to read that real good. Maybe that's why I can't read my recaps, because it's in Arial.
See, we just got two guys who
I just
have
gotta
horrible.
change my fonts, man.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're on Butter now because we're running out of stuff to talk about. Oh wait, do we have quotes? Do you have any quotes? The last thing I wanted to say is Kyra is Misha Barton, and she ended up being on the OC, which was a big thing when we were young.
Yeah.
I went to what country was that? Australia and New Zealand, and we were staying with. I was in high school, so we were with host families who were in high school, and every time we would go to the schools and stuff. And can you do this for me? I'm gonna type.
Oh gosh.
I'm gonna type something in, and can you say it in your New Zealander accent?
Oh, I can try. Where are you typing? Oh, there it is. Okay. Do you live in the OC?
No, we don't. Shut up.
There's a little bit more Australian.
Yeah.
I hope that's okay.
Yeah, someone made the joke. It was like, you say 3 letters and it's no in Australian. I know it's English, but I feel like you can call it Australian because they say a couple things that I'm like, whoa,
Mm-hmm.
whoa. It's like ner, and oh gosh,
Nor.
yeah. Anyway, I see dead people, of course. Cheese dick, classic.
I had a question for you.
Yeah.
How did you feel about the quote unquote humorous parts of this? The the moments that they
do
were like,
elaborate actually, because I don't. Maybe they were a miss for me. Like, I didn't even realize they were trying to be funny.
Uh-huh.
So please.
Well, I think that answers the question of they tried to be funny twice in this movie.
For sure, twice.
It didn't really land.
I don't think anything landed. There was no moment in this movie where I laughed.
So the scene where
and I don't feel like I'm that hard to make laugh, but I did not laugh at all.
Yeah, this movie was like, you know what? In the middle of this, we need to have some sort of comic relief.
I would not be shocked if someone saw a test for this and some asshole movie exec was like, "Hey, darling, can we put something funny in that part? Can we make a little laughy? Come on."
Yeah, it was the couple buying the ring
with a cigar. Yeah. What the hell was that? That wasn't funny at all. I was just like, this is such a pointless. You know what made it suck? The payoff to that scene doesn't happen until the last 5 minutes of the movie. Because the whole point she's saying is when you grab a piece of jewelry that has that calling to you and you wear it, you leave an imprint on that.
Mm-hmm.
The payoff for that is his wedding ring that she's holding, and then she drops it, and then that's his realization that he has died, but meaning she's been holding on to that because that is her only connection to him.
Mm-hmm.
But because they're trying to keep it a secret that he's dead, what would have worked for that scene, which would have made that scene worth it, is if she said that whole spiel, did everything she could with it, and then as they're, whatever it is they're doing, trying it on, whatever it might be, if she had taken the ring out and like held it like in her hand or like had a moment with the ring, but that is the payoff to the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Or even if it was at the end of the movie when it shows the ring and like it does all the flashback of him realizing like, oh, I'm dead. But if it also had flashbacks of her
holding on to the ring,
holding the ring in moments, then it'd be like, oh, that's drawing back to that. But
that would have been just good.
Weird.
That would have been good. Yeah.
And it went on just a little bit too long, and I could tell that it was supposed to be a moment of levity. And
it just wasn't.
It just feels weird. She's talking about this big fancy ring, and the man says, "Oh, do you have anything more plain?" And she says, "What, for your plain wife?" And then they go down, have this back and forth.
What, for your plain wife?
It sounded a little bit like Miracle Max and his wife. I'm not a witch anymore, or I'm not a witch, I'm your wife. And then Anna tells her that the ring, she likes to think that the ring belonged to a woman who loved a man she couldn't be with. And then the woman says, "Did he have wavy hair and chestnut eyes?" As if she's thinking of somebody else that she can't be with. And so it's supposed to be this thing, and it just feels
that one
weird
is so wild that he did
because
that.
of the tone of the movie.
Yeah.
The tone of the movie doesn't really give place to here's a joke, and the way that they present that joke is not the way to do it for this type of movie.
Wait. Wavy hair and chestnut.
Did he describe himself?
He described himself. Awful. That's so dumb. It's funny now, not then. Oh my gosh. Oh, weird. This has a lot of his stuff. Because I was wondering like why he had that scene in it. Like that scene felt odd in the scope of everything else that's happening in the movie. He immigrated to America with his family when he was 6 weeks old. He was raised in Penn Valley, Pennsylvania. So he was actually raised in Pennsylvania. He attended a private Roman Catholic grammar school, Waldron Mercy Academy, which Cole is going seemingly to a private Catholic boys' school.
Oh, yeah.
He felt like an outsider and remembers teachers would say that whoever was not baptized would go to hell. Like, he felt like this is kind of his story too. I mean, he didn't see ghosts, maybe.
Yeah.
But such an interesting parallel.
You know what they say, write what you know.
You know what? Every time I've tried to write something, when I do that, I get stuck. I don't know. I know how to lie well in song, but I don't know how to lie well in writing, like in a story context. Because when I tell a story, I'm like, I would never say that. And then I have to remember, I'm like, yeah, because you're writing for a villain, you idiot. Like, you wouldn't say that. You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, now it's time for the Review Rewind, where we take a look at a positive review and a negative review, and we see where we fall. Metacritic had this at 64%. Overall, generally liked. Rotten Tomatoes, 86%. Rotten Tomatoes audience, 90%. IMDb audience, 8.2.
That 64 for Metacritic is surprisingly low compared to these other ones.
Yeah, but they still register that as favorable. Let's see. It's based only on 35 critic reviews. Oh, it's because it's 71% positive and then 17 mixed. So it's lowering it because of that. And then only 11% was negative. So it probably balances a little higher. But as far as like positive, it's saying that. Yeah, that does feel a little weird.
Weird. USA Today gave it an 88. And they said the filmmaker keeps upping the ante with surprises until the plot twist Butte. That concludes
There were
the
weird.
picture.
There's weird typos on all of these reviews sometimes, and I don't know what he was trying to say, so I left it.
Well, I think he's trying to. It's like the plot twist that was
Butte.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That concludes the picture. A shocker that, upon reflection, is probably the one ending that wouldn't have fallen a little flat. It's probably the one ending that wouldn't have fallen.
I'm so curious about that. No. I get what he's saying. He's basically saying if you had given it any other ending, it would have sucked.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm like, would have? I don't know. It was clearly leading to that. I think you can make a assumption that Cole knew because of their goodbye.
Yes, the way they
because
because
he
Cole's
was
the one who says, "I'm not going to see you again,"
and he's saying it because, like, he believes Malcolm is going to achieve whatever it is he needs to achieve to finally rest.
Yeah, because Malcolm reveals to him the one thing that he needs is to be able to communicate to his wife, and he says, "I've been thinking about how you can talk to your wife." Apparently, all of my
I've been thinking about how you could talk to your wife. I don't think I've ever said it, which I feel like I could have a connection to that voice without being offensive, simply because my Aunt B, was born in Mexico, raised in Los Angeles to non-English speaking parents. And from the day I met her to the day she died, she sounded like this. This is 100% Mexican woman, born and raised in L.A., in Echo Park, L.A.
How did she
sounded like this?
How did she get that accent? I can only attribute it to she heard it, she liked it, and she's like, "That's how I'm going to talk."
From when she was married to when she died, and this is something that other people have said. I have no idea, but she lived in Brentwood, and my understanding is there is a lot of New Yorker Jewish people who live in Brentwood. I don't know if that's true or not. That is what I have been told as like evidence for why it is, but it still always boggles my mind. She had a Czech husband who escaped concentration camps in Germany in World War II, and she had a fully Mexican family. And that's how she's. I don't understand.
Love it.
Yeah. Anyway, the New York Times didn't give a shit. 20%. Because it unfolds like garnish hybrid of Simon Birch and What Dreams May Come, with some horror movie touches thrown in to keep us from nodding off. The Sixth Sense appears to have been concocted at exactly the moment Hollywood was betting on supernatural schmaltz. What does that word mean?
Well,
I know it's probably like Yiddish, but I have no clue what that.
Let's find out.
Because find out. Is that like a good thing? Like, is schmaltz good?
Schmaltz referred to surrendered chicken fat.
A staple in traditional Ashkenazi Jewish cooking, used in rich. So, like, good. It tastes good. It's a Yiddish word which derives from
slang for schmaltz. It's too much sappiness or sentimentality.
What? So what? So let me read that again. Too much sentiment. Concocted at the exact moment, was betting on supernatural sentiment or sappiness. I guess. It does for a movie that kind of depends on jump scares and it jump started M. Night Shyamalan's career as like a supernatural scary writer guy, but watching it now, I'm like, how did this get that reputation? Mm-hmm. Because jump scares aside, this movie's not scary. This movie doesn't even really feel that intense. Haley Joel Osment does really good job of acting dramatically, but it doesn't feel like it's not a thriller.
Yeah, you feel uncomfortable for the first half of the movie just because it's like, what's going on? Why is this kid so weird? Like, what's going on? But the second half is all jump scare. Like,
and the reason I say that, the reason I bring that up is, like, arguably, especially by the end of the movie, it's kind of a everyone lived happily ever after kind of thing.
Yeah, it was surprisingly
Does that feel forced? Did it feel forced?
It felt a little bit weird for it to all of a sudden be like, and grandma loves you and she wants you to know that she was there and she's been proud of you every day. And then
that was a really good Haley Joel Osment impression.
Thank you.
I'll make sure to tell him.
Thank you.
I don't know. I think we're the same age.
To him. But yeah, it just felt kind of weirdly emotional for a movie that had almost no emotion except for being scared.
Pardon me. I am older than he is. Not by a lot, but I am older. How old is he? I think he's right in between our age.
19 89. He was a year older than me.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I think it's me, Haley, you. I'm gonna call him up, be like, "Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy." Just do really bad Robin Williams impressions. Hey, buddy. Yeah, I feel as though this person watched the first 20 minutes of the film and the last like 15 minutes of the film and went, "This is my opinion." Because the middle chunk is pretty good. It's not bad. I don't think it deserves a 20.
20 feels pretty low.
It does. It feels rather low. I still don't fully understand appears to have been concocted at the exactly the moment Hollywood was betting on supernatural schmaltz.
What other supernatural movies were coming out?
No, you know what the part that's really wild to me? You would assume a critic review from like the New York Times would come out the Thursday before or the Friday morning, right? So whatever the release date is, the review comes in that morning. This makes it seem as though it already knows that it's a successful film. Isn't that what the language feels like?
Because it unfolded.
Appears to have concocted at exactly the moment Hollywood was betting on supernatural schmaltz. Like it's saying, it was betting like on this thing being the thing that is successful.
Other reviews have come out. Interesting.
It's an odd review.
just for some.
I read something wrong in this because it unfolds like a garish hybrid of Simon Birch, and I said garnish.
A garnish hybrid. Oh, it's garnished. Let's see. Other kind of supernatural movies that came out in '99. Sleepy Hollow.
Particularly August. But
The
Schmaltz.
Green Mile?
That would have been it. 100% that would have been. When did that come out?
Stand by. Whoop. Of course, you're not going to tell me the date.
Vamp.
I'm trying. You got a vamp for me. I'm looking it up. Okay. We're coming up on it. The Green Mile came out December of that year. So it would have been after.
Okay. What?
We also had the Blair Witch Project.
Nah, but that's not schmaltz. That's
from
from our understanding of the definition.
Yeah.
That is not it.
Dusk Till Dawn 2.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
1999, correct?
Yeah.
Deep Blue Sea, The Thomas Crown Effect, Bowfinger.
To fair.
I'm just looking at all the movies that came out around the summer. Let's see: Sixth Sense, Blair Witch Project, Runaway Bride, Deep Blue Sea, The Thomas Crown Affair, Bowfinger, Inspector Gadget, The Haunting. None of this is Mystery Men, American Pie, Mickey Blue Eyes, Iron Giant, 13 Warrior, Star Wars Episode 1. Tarzan, Big Daddy. Tarzan was 99. Wow. Eyes Wide Shut.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what this guy was talking about.
None of this seems sentimental or sappy. The General's Daughter. Oh, God, that's not sentimental at all. Lake Placid, no. The Astronaut's Wife, maybe? That one's a little... No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, I don't know what this person's talking about.
I don't know what they're talking about. Mike?
Yeah.
What do you give it?
Oh, I hadn't thought about it.
Don't you hate when you get to the end and you have to answer that question and you're like, I have no idea.
I think I'm gonna give it like a 70 on the dot. No, like a 79.9. I meant to go the other way. I didn't mean to go that low. I mean, like it's like a B minus, but somehow it's right on the cusp of like maybe a little lower, but I don't want to be too mean, so I'm still giving it the B-.
Yeah.
Like, I'm giving it a little extra credit for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
This was a cultural moment.
It was a cultural moment. I think it's a pretty deserved cultural moment. It's not an amazing movie,
Yeah.
but it was something that, like, it was suspenseful. It had like an interesting twist to it. It was entertaining, even though there are these things that you just kind of, like, if you think about it too hard, you start.
I give it the grade.
But if you just kind of toss that to the side, you're like, oh, that was really entertaining and an interesting idea.
I give it the grade I gave it because the first 20 minutes really loses a lot for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's so slow. It's so boring. Like, I can't stress how boring I thought that was. But once it passes that, it's exceptional. Like, I personally think it's great. Like, it's a really, really good movie, even with all the plot holes and stuff. It's still really great. But it just, something about it just kind of, it drops a little. But I also don't want to be too harsh about it because it's been out for almost 30 years. Like, it's been out for a while. It's had its time to get dissected. And even though it has had that time, it's still it's pretty entertaining. Like, it's a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm going to go with B-.
Yeah. I agree with you. I think when I first got to the end of it, I was like, oh, this feels like a B. And then as we were talking, it kind of,
like, oh, yeah. But it never goes so far to, like, there's something about the experience that just, like, cannot cross that line to a C+. Like, it can't. Whether it's, I don't know, it's getting honors credit or something, like, it pops it up just a little bit. Because some of the things, a little egregious. Couple things, little egregious in how they are plot holes, or it doesn't make sense, whatever it might be. But nothing that derails the movie as a whole.
Yeah.
And so
I would say that the only thing that felt like a real shift was that trying to insert.
Well, do you remember what the other joke was?
I don't know. It was early on. I can't even remember what it was. The one that stood out to me was the ring.
Maybe Tommy. I think all of Tommy. I feel like Tommy was supposed to be like the comedy relief too.
A little bit.
Because even with their interactions, he's still kind of acting like he's trying to be jokey, even though he apparently hates this kid. And then they show his commercial, and it's just bad. And then at the end of the film, when he's doing the play, he plays the town idiot or whatever.
Oh yeah,
that was. I didn't laugh, but that's idiot. Yeah. I didn't laugh, but that was kind of funny.
Yeah,
because they even like they were explicit about it, of being like, "Be quiet, town idiot."
Yeah, yeah.
It's definitely funny in retrospect. Like, it's funny when you go back and go, they did that.
They did do that. Yeah.
Yeah. B-. I'm good with that.
B-.
All right. I will B- every day.
Well,
I don't know. Anyway, thanks everyone for listening. You can find us on places. We're there sometimes. But we would love if you subscribe. You could leave a review if it's a nice review. If it's not a nice review, you can say what you want to say on the New York Times podcast. Anyway, remember, review those rewinds. And you and I will see you next time.
Oh.